Hello and welcome to Pauper Dick's Pauper review of Arabian Nights, the first expansion set, released in December 1993 of the 17th. Now worth a whopping $10,188.59 if you owned these 78 cards. Wow, geez, this is just for the Pauper cards, I imagine, because... Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Let's go back. I forgot to hit Pauper. Oops. You guys should familiarize with this thing. It's pretty nifty. It's scryfall.com. Alright, so yeah, if you had every single card from Arabian Nights, it'd be worth about $10,000 and whatever I just said. Anyway, here we are. Here is what Arabian Nights offered us for the first expansion to Magic the Gathering for us Pauper players. We got a Whopping Bird Maiden, which is a 1/2 flyer for 3, not playable. Brassman, he was part of an infinite combo way back in the day, and I don't think he's playable, and probably hasn't been since Arabian Nights, around that, I don't know, maybe since... He might have been playable for a while there, but nobody was playing Pauper when he came out, so... I don't know. It'd be neat to see him come back one day. Combadge Witches, our actual first Pauper playable card from Arabian Nights. If you're not familiar with this card, you tap them and they deal a damage to player or creature, and then the opponent gets to do a damage to a creature or you as well. Being how they have a 3 defense... you're likely going to take the 1 damage, unless you have some chump blockers. In which case, I'd say just attack with the Combadge Witches. But, you know. Anywho, it's good against Delver. Ebony Horse, I have no idea what this card is. Remove one of your attacking creatures from combat. Treat it as if this creature never attacked. Expect the defenders assigned to block it cannot choose to block another creature. That's kind of neat, but not playable. None of these cards... I'm not familiar with Flying Carpet. 2 gives 1 creature flying until end of turn. If that creature is destroyed before end of turn, so is Flying Carpet. Okay, well, that's not really playable. Gabzan Ogre was fun back in the day, but is not playable in Pauper, if you ask me. And neither is Giant Tortoise, Hasran Ogress, Curdape. Pauper playable. That's card number 2 from Arabian Nights. Metamorphosis. Sack a creature of yours in play for an amount of mana equal to its casting cost +1. This mana can be used of any one color and can only be used to summon creatures. Well, that's really dumb. Oasis. Wow. Number 3, Oubliette. And that is all we got for Pauper, if you ask me. Those are the only cards that Arabian Nights offered us. And that Curdape just came out recently. It was before, it was just Combadge Witches and Oubliette. So Arabian Nights offered Rakdos some good stuff and just gave a big middle finger to the other colors. It's like, nah, who cares? Well, that was a short review. Let's go ahead and go and do the next set that came out after this. Okay, so here we are with Antiquities, the next set that came out. Antiquities. Amulet of Krug. Do a little dance. 2, prevent 1 damage to any target. Nah. You know, that could be Pauper playable against Electricity. But, you know, only if it's not being overloaded. But it's not Pauper playable. Not at all. Our Gothian Pixies. Cannot be blocked by artifact creatures. Any damage take from artifact creatures is reduced to 0. Nifty. Artifact Blast. Counters any artifact as it is being cast. What? I think that's Pauper playable. But, I mean, let's be honest. It would be a sideboard card, and there's better sideboard cards. I mean, yeah, it could be cool to like play Artifact Blast when somebody goes to play like Vault of Shadows or one of the other artifact lands I can't remember the name of still. Anyway, ATOG. There's our first Antiquities Pauper playable card. And maybe our last. Sentinel Druid. Gains +1/+1 each time opponent casts an artifact. That is Pauper playable, if you ask me. I don't know why. Well, it's old as dirt and probably only been printed here, so that might be why you never see it, but that could go really good in an affinity deck. Oh, but it's an opponent, so it's got to be against the affinity deck, not in it. So, yeah, that's what makes it not playable. Alright, so you guys are learning with me. So there's a lot of cards I still don't know. I just look at them and I'm like, that doesn't look playable or like anything I want to mess with. Green. Destroy target artifact. Artifact creatures may not regenerate. Artifact controller gains life points equal to artifact's casting cost. Wow, it's like a Swords to Plowshares, but it does artifacts and it's green. Not playable. Drafness Restoration. Take any number of artifacts your choice from target player's graveyard and place them on top of that player's library in any order. Obviously, Antiquities was an artifact-based set. Heavy. Wow. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Well, I guess, yeah. You'd want to do it to yourself. You wouldn't want to do it to your opponent. That's neat. Yeah. I think that's possibly playable. Maybe if Jeff was still with it, like doing videos in the community, he would maybe think about doing Drafnose Restoration as a possibly Pauper playable card. But I don't know that it is possibly playable. Haven't seen it used. That's the thing with these old cards. Some of them just recently were downshifted, and some of us didn't notice. I mean, I don't play on Gitmo, so, like, I didn't know that Library Ling or Skyshaper were downshifted until I decided to look them up one day and found out. I don't know how, just, you stumble and bumble through life sometimes. Anyway, Dragon Engine, 2+1, whatever. Maybe playable somewhere, But, let's get down to brass tacks. We got one playable card so far, ATOG. Ornithopter is useful in the Convoke deck, so I will call that a Pauper playable card for sure. So we have two solid Pauper playable cards. Wow. 2/2, not playable. Primal Clay. When you cast it, you can make it a 1/6 wall, 3/3 creature, 2/2 flying creature. There's another card that does that, but it's 4 cost. That's not playable. Reconstruction. Bring one artifact from your graveyard to your hand. That's cool. I don't know why that's never used. Staff of Zegon. Target creature loses -2, -0 until end of turn. Creatures with power less than 1 deal no damage. Okay, so if it's a 3/3, then he deals 0 damage. But that's not useful. Just as Tablet of Ipitir. You gain 1 life every time one of your artifacts goes to the graveyard. Can only give 1 life each time an artifact reaches the graveyard. What about when it actually gets to the graveyard? Well, I guess when it's reaching, it's hitting and it's there. Whatever. Talnos's Wand. Make a creature of power no greater than 2 unblockable by all creatures except artifact creatures until end of turn. Other cards may be used to increase target creature's power beyond 2 after defense is chosen. Okay, well, that's not really playable. Neither is Urza's Chalice. Any artifact cast by any player gives you 1 life, can only give 1 life each time an artifact is cast. Poly artifact? Mono artifact? What is this? That doesn't make sense. Alright, our other Pauper playable cards in this set are Urza's Mine, Urza's Power Plant, and Urza's Tower. And Yoshin Soldier is not Pauper playable. He's a Vigilance 1/4 for 3. Artifact creature. And there's a couple of possibly playables, but it might soon. Attacking creatures gain +1/+0. Yeah, not really that great. Continuous artifact. Well, then what the hell's a mono artifact? Does that mean it goes away after you use it? That just doesn't make any sense if you ask me. Anyway, moving on. Let's see what the next set offered us, which was, let's see, this came out in April. What came out in March? Or March. This came out in March. Then we had, I think, Revised in April. So let's go to Revised now. See if there's anything different from the last 3 core sets. Look at, wow. Just wow. Would you look at that? Look what they reprinted in the fucking core set. ATOG. Well, then there's no point in buying Antiquities because you got, or Arabian Nights because they just reprinted them right there. In case you didn't get those 2 sets, we printed them in the core set for you, and now it's lovely and white bordered. And okay, so let's just talk about cards we haven't talked about in previous videos. So we'll just skip over everything, probably, I think. Seems like we will be doing that. But check out all these cards that were in Revised. Yep. Oh, look, it says tap for Glasses of Urza now. Urza, I don't know. Jump! Curd Ape, Library Lang, Lightning Bolt, Little Werewolves, Mountain, Paralyze, Ornithopter, Pestilence. Let's see what the next 18 cards are before we go ahead and get out of Revised. At least we have a whole year worth of expansions between Revised and the next set, which was 4th edition. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong. Maybe it was called 3rd edition. I get so confused around that period of time because I didn't play until 5th and Ice Age. Psychic Venom. None of these cards are worth mentioning again. I've already talked about them in my previous video that I just posted earlier today. So with that, let's go ahead and see what else we got here. Legends now. So that's Antiquities, or Arabian Nights, Antiquities, and the Dark. And we just just spun right through Revised because there was nothing new to talk about there. Amaru Kithkin. Can this card be Pauper playable? Possibly. Will somebody use it? Maybe. Is it Pauper playable these days? Has it seen play? Not really. So we won't mention that it is. Although I believe that it could be. Just as I believe Bloodlust could be, and I don't believe Ezra Drake nor Barktooth Warbeard could do jack for this format. Boomerang, Pauper playable. Chain Lightning, Pauper playable. More so than Boomerang. Boomerang's more of a sideboard card. So Chain Lightning for this set. We'll just call Chain Lightning. What else we got? Target creature deals no damage during combat and cannot attack, so it's a blocker. Divine Offering, Energy Tap, Force Spike, Pauper playable in Oops All Instances. So that's 2 cards so far. I like Gaseous Form, but it's not playable. Holy Day, yeah, that's a Pauper playable card. It's the White Fog, so Emulation. It's pretty good too, but not playable apparently. So we got Holy Day, we got Force Spike, we got Chain Lightning, Boomerang kinda. I don't even know what those 2 cards that are coming and loading are. They're coming and loading. Nope, nothing useful. Oh wow, all my kobolds gain +1/+0. Lady Orca. For some reason I thought she was uncommon. A legend too. There you go. There's your commander, guys, for all commons commander format. Lady Orca. Moss Monster, Lesser Werewolf. Not even worth mentioning. Like, none of these cards are even worth talking about. Pit Scorpion. Okay, I don't really care if Gmo closes. It can stay closed. The first infect creature, I think. Yes. Pit Scorpion, the first infect creature ever. Also not Pauper playable, but should be. I mean, shoot. because it dealt damage and poison. Anywho, counter target summon spell. That one's possibly Pauper. That's Pauper playable in. Look at that guy's. You can almost see his junk. But not really. My Force Spike is not really, but in Oops All Instance it is, so we'll call it. So that's Remove Soul, Oops, Force Spike, Chain Lightning, Holy Day. 4 cards right here in this set. And then I doubt there's much else. Siphon Soul. Wow. There's another Siphon Life. That's like Siphon Life, but just not as good as Siphon Life. Telekinesis. That is a card worth money. That is the one I was talking about earlier when I was confused about invisibility. This is the one that actually is worth. This is like the mythic, the other mythic of Pauper besides Oubliette. Is it Pauper playable? I doubt it. I don't see anybody using it. Plus, it's just too damn expensive. Tundra Wolves are great. Yeah, I guess they're Pauper playable. It'd be better if they were a soldier creature, though. That's it. Vampire Bats. Yeah, nothing really. I mean, got 4, maybe 5 cards in this set. So, I mean, you could definitely say, even just discounting Remove Soul and Force Spike, you get Holy Day, Chain Lightning. What else did we get? Maybe Boomerang. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If we're being really tough, then we'll just say Chain Lightning and Holy Day were really the only cards that are totally Pauper playable, like all around. Like, then we got like 3 other niche cards that are good in like one specific type of build. So overall, I don't know. I mean, I guess we should just say that Chain Lightning and Holy Day is about all this set offered. And I think I'm going to call it quits on that for today. I got other things I got to do. I can't just sit around and do magic stuff all the time. So why don't you hit that like, subscribe, share button, and let me know you enjoy the content, so that it would be like a great way to let me know that you're enjoying the content and all that sort of stuff. I'm sorry, I don't have a speech. Just do that stuff for me. Thanks. Ta-ta. I'll see you on the next one. Shield wall!